Welcome to the Oshkosh Area School District's virtual 4K orientation presentation. The goal of this presentation is to provide you with information about our 4-year-old kindergarten program, Ready for Learning, as well as to support you with better understanding the upcoming registration process. This presentation is particularly designed for the families of children who will be starting 4-year-old kindergarten in the fall of the 26-27 school year. Thank you for taking the time to explore our information. We look forward to partnering with you on your child's educational journey here in Oshkosh, where children are the heart of our schools. A huge welcome to the families of the class of 2040. We know that choosing to send your child to school for the first time can be a big decision. Whether you are preparing your first child for school or you're brand new to the Oshkosh community, you might be wondering, what exactly is Ready for Learning? Simply put, Ready for Learning is the Oshkosh Area School District's free Universal 4K program. As a core part of our public education system, it is available to every 4-year-old in the Oshkosh community. As the initial grade level for students entering the Oshkosh Area School District, 4K sets the stage for a lifetime of success. We encourage children to complete a full year of 4K to ensure a seamless and confident transition into kindergarten. Our program is dedicated to building the essential skills children need to thrive, not just in the classroom, but in life. Grounded in research on what helps students become community, career, and college ready, our curriculum focuses on social and emotional development, building confidence with empathy, positive learning habits, cultivating curiosity and a growth mindset, school culture, learning how to navigate and thrive in a classroom setting, foundational academics, introducing the essential building blocks of literacy and math. We are proud to have served Oshkosh families for 20 years. We invite you to join our longstanding tradition of excellence and give your child the foundation they deserve. Children who reside in Oshkosh and will be 4 on or before September 1st, 2026 are eligible to enroll in our 4K program for the upcoming school year. If your child turns 4 after September 1st, they would be eligible to enroll in 4-year-old kindergarten the following school year, 27-28, not this coming school year. If your child resides in a community other than Oshkosh, we are still happy to have them enroll in our Ready for Learning program. We just need families to follow one additional step, and that is to go through the open enrollment process, open enrolling your child into the Oshkosh Area School District from whatever school district you reside within. The process is fairly simple, and we are happy to support you along the way. You can find more information at the website listed on this slide. If you have any questions as you complete open enrollment, please contact Rachel Bauer in our District Administration Office at 920-424-0142 or the email address listed on this screen. Once your child is enrolled, you might find yourself wondering, what does a day in the life of a 4K student actually look like? Our half-day sessions, which currently run for 2 hours and 45 minutes, are intentionally designed to be engaging and full of joy. During their time with us, children move through a variety of learning experiences. They'll join their whole class on the rug to build their school family during large group time, dive into tailored activities with fewer students during small group instruction, and learn the art of teamwork through partner work. Of course, the heart of our program is play-based discovery, where children explore specially designed centers that turn curiosity into lifelong skills. Throughout all of these opportunities, your child will build their skills of cooperation, collaboration, independence, and how to talk about their thinking, along with social and emotional and academic skills. We are currently in conversations with our Board of Education to offer a full-day 4K pilot during the 26-27 school year. The pilot would consist of one classroom of 20 students. We anticipate this class would be located at Peace Preschool, and the hours would likely be 8:05 to 2:35. If this pilot proposal is approved by the Board of Education in April, we would begin reaching out to families on a first-come, first-served basis. We will contact families based on enrollment timestamp, beginning with the date registration opens on April 1st until the section is filled. By enrolling your child in the OASD's 4K program, you are ensuring they enter kindergarten with the confidence and the cognitive architecture needed to become master readers, mathematicians, and problem solvers. We see the potential in every young child with their infinite whys. We aren't just teaching them their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, we're giving them the keys to unlock the world. Throughout the year, we partner with you to nurture and grow your child's development across 6 essential areas: social and emotional skills, building friendships, managing feelings, and gaining independence; cognitive skills, strengthening the brain's ability to think, learn, and solve complex problems; language skills, growing their vocabulary and ability to express big ideas; physical skills, developing gross motor, strength for play, and fine motor precision for writing; literacy skills, laying the groundwork for phonics, reading, and storytelling; mathematics skills, moving beyond counting to understand patterns, shapes, and numbers. Your child will spend their year building a toolbox for lifelong learning and success. In Oshkosh Early Learning, we don't just teach, we connect. Rooted in the principles of conscious discipline, our 4K program focuses on the big 3: safety, connection, and problem solving. We know that when a child's heart is at ease, their brain is wide open for learning. The foundation of our 4K experience is rooted in building your child's social and emotional skills. Safety first. We utilize the brain state model to ensure every child feels physically and emotionally safe. A regulated child is a learning child. The school family. We move beyond the traditional classroom to create a school family. Here, your child's unique gifts are the threads that make our community stronger. We celebrate our differences and lean on our collective strength. From conflict to coaching. We don't view misbehavior as a problem to be punished, but as a missing skill to be taught. Our teachers act as coaches, guiding children through big emotions and oops moments with empathy and composure. We don't punish the stress, we coach the skill. Empowering life skills. By teaching children how to breathe through frustration and find solutions when the world doesn't go their way, we are giving them a composure toolbox they will use for the rest of their lives. We provide the learning community and the encouragement your child needs to take risks, knowing that their school family is there to catch them, coach them, and celebrate them. Our promise to you and your child is that they can come to school each day and say, I am safe, I am calm, I am connected, I am ready to learn. We provide our little mathematicians an academic advantage. In our 4K classrooms, we don't just teach math, we spark a lifelong love for discovery. Using the Bridges pre-K curriculum, we provide a seamless transition into the same high-caliber math program used throughout the OASD elementary schools. Here's what our students, staff, and families have loved about math learning through Bridges. Play with purpose. Through hands-on engaging activities, children explore complex concepts in a way that feels like play. A solid foundation. By starting early, your child builds a math vocabulary and a toolkit of skills that grow with them each year. Confident thinking. We focus on how children think, encouraging them to share their reasoning and problem solve creatively. We've been absolutely inspired each year listening to our district's youngest learners explain their logic and tackle new challenges. We know you'll be blown away by what your child is capable of achieving. While many may see 4K as just a year of play, we see it as also the most critical window to build the pre-reading brain. In accordance with state legislation for all public schools, our teachers are trained experts in the foundational building blocks of literacy. Staff receive specialized training that goes far beyond the standard of their early childhood licensure. We want children to see themselves as authors and illustrators. Our 4K program is ripe with bookmaking. In fact, some families share their children have more books coming home each week than they know what to do with. We believe that children can be excellent authors and illustrators long before they can decode texts or label letters. Just ask them to tell you a story. We know you'll hear exactly what we mean. We use a science-based curriculum to teach phonemic awareness, the ability to hear, identify, and play with individual tiny sounds called phonemes that make up spoken words. We want children to make meaningful connections to letters and letter sounds, as well as learn to read and write for a variety of authentic purposes. We believe in building context and purpose around the reading and writing young children do. We also teach children how to use various tools to support their reading and writing as it develops that will be a foundational part of their future success as readers and writers. This is aligned to the curriculum and learning happening in our elementary schools. Early experience and exposure to these tools make them familiar and useful as children enter elementary school when the tasks become more complicated. We use state-approved screeners twice a year to check in on literacy milestones. If a child needs a little extra boost in a specific area, we don't wait. Our 4K teachers are trained to provide immediate play-based interventions that feel like fun to your child, but are scientifically designed to bridge the gap. When you choose our 4K program, you aren't just choosing a place for your child to spend their day. You are choosing a team of literacy experts dedicated to your child's future success. Licensed and experienced teaching experts hired by the OASD will guide your child's learning. Every OASD 4K classroom will be led by a Wisconsin DPI licensed teacher with a minimum of a 4-year degree, expertise and training in early childhood education, and a teaching license. Our average classroom teacher in Oshkosh Early Learning has more than 13 years of experience. They aren't just supervising. They're experts in early childhood education who understand how 4-year-olds learn, play, and navigate big emotions. In addition to our licensed professional educators, we have a team of highly qualified teaching assistants, truly our unsung heroes in the preschool world. We make a strategic investment in our staffing. Every classroom with 13 or more students is powered by a high-impact teaching team. Your child doesn't get just one licensed expert, they get a second highly qualified assistant teacher working right alongside that licensed expert. Our teaching assistants aren't just aides, they're professionals holding at least an associate's degree or specialized certifications specifically trained to navigate and support diverse learning needs. With 2 educators in the room, we can break into smaller groups and offer the kind of one-on-one wraparound support that a single teacher simply cannot provide alone. In our classrooms, a larger group doesn't mean less attention, it means more expertise and opportunities for your child to get the connection they need. Lastly, all families in the Oshkosh Area School District's 4K program have direct access to a wide variety of specialists and professionals, including instructional coaches and learning specialists, special education staff, school nurses, school social worker, and school psychologist. Where your child will attend 4K depends on many things, including where your child will be at during the day when they are not in 4K, whether or not you plan to transport or you'll need busing, where clusters of children are during the day following registration, and whether or not your child receives special education services that indicate they attend a particular type of program that may be offered only in specific buildings. Once we hold registration, children's daytime addresses are mapped out and we assign zones of students to our various 4K locations and sessions. We only use your home address if that is your child's daytime address. If your child is somewhere else during the day, such as a grandparent's house, in-home childcare, or childcare center, please be prepared with that address when you sit down to register and complete the placement form so we can be sure to accurately place your child. The site your child is assigned to will be determined based on that daytime address. Children in childcare at Davis will be placed at Davis for 4-year-old kindergarten unless there is an IEP-related need for specific programming through special education. Children receiving special education services who require a particular program not offered in all classrooms will be placed based on the IEP team decision to ensure your child is placed in the least restrictive environment based on their needs. If you have questions about your child's IEP placement, please contact their special education teacher. We do our best to accommodate requests for sites or sessions, but we cannot guarantee any placements. We will talk more about the request process in just a minute and the timeline for hearing back as to whether or not that request has been approved. We will be offering 4-year-old kindergarten at 4 locations for the 26-27 school year: Carl Traeger Elementary, Davis Child Care Center, Oakwood Elementary, and Peace Preschool. It is important to note that until most children are registered and we receive their daytime address, it will be difficult for us to identify exactly what site and session your child might attend. Once we have those daytime addresses, we plot all of those addresses on the map and start designing our transportation zones. Our goal is to do the best we can to meet families' needs and balance out our class sizes amongst all of our classrooms. If a site and a session work well for you, we're really hoping that it works well for us as well, so that we can find a way forward that works for everyone. Sites that are in elementary school buildings will start and end along with the elementary school times. Community site locations will stagger a bit. Typically that is 8:05 to 10:50 and 11:50 to 2:35, so families can pick up and drop off at school sites for older children and community sites for 4K children if need be. If you are planning to request a specific site or session, you will have the opportunity to do so as you complete online registration right within Infinite Campus. Things to be aware of if you are requesting a particular site or session. We do our best to accommodate requests whenever possible on a first-come, first-served basis, with considerations being made for students with older or younger siblings in a particular school or building, or extenuating circumstances like that. The status of your request will be known when you receive your placement letter the first week of July. Parents are responsible to provide transportation to and from school if your 4K child is placed based on a request. So if you are making a request for a particular site or a particular session, you should do so planning to transport your child to and from school rather than receive busing transportation. The OASD provides transportation to and from 4K to all children unless you are attending 4K at your child care location. So if your child is enrolled at Davis Child Care Center for the 26-27 school year, you would drop them off and pick them up directly from child care, and they walk down the hallway to their 4K classroom for either the AM or PM session. All other children enrolled in child cares throughout Oshkosh will be picked up by a bus from their child care location and transported to one of our 4-year-old kindergarten locations we previously mentioned. In order to receive transportation, your request for transportation should be completed at the time of registration right in Infinite Campus. Knowing the address of where your child will be at during the day when they are not in 4-year-old kindergarten will be key information to have with you to complete this step. In order to receive transportation starting the first week of school, your request should be completed at the time of registration, or there could be a delay in getting routed, leaving your child without transportation until potentially the second or third week of school. If you think you may need transportation, we suggest you take care of this at the time of registration, as it is much easier to cancel transportation than request it at the start of the school year. We provide transportation to the site and session we would assign your child to. That would mean that we would choose the location and whether your child attends in the morning or afternoon. Any request for a specific site or session requires families to be responsible for transportation. Please note that transportation is intended for those families who truly need it. Bus rides can be around an hour each way, and we can keep this time as short as possible if we reduce transportation to only the children who need it in order to get to and from school. If your child just loves riding the bus and you're able to transport, field trips or city bus travel are a great way to ride the bus for fun if that's something that you want to do. Transportation for our preschool level is adult to adult. An adult will be expected to walk your child to the bus when it arrives at the door, and our educational team greets each bus to escort children into our classrooms. Preschool buses also have an assistant on each bus. All these measures are put in place to ensure student safety and active supervision from start to finish. As part of our continuous improvement efforts with Cobeson, we are launching Stop Finder on all preschool buses in 26-27. Stop Finder is an app that gives families real-time bus tracking and route information. This will improve predictability for families using our bus services. The app offers families valuable features including live bus location, arrival alerts, scheduled times, and direct messages from Cobeson Dispatch about delays or other important updates. We know that for our youngest learners, every transition matters. We are proud to offer this technology to ensure you feel informed, secure, and connected to your child's daily travels. We know that all learning happens within the cradle of a relationship. Having a strong relationship between home and school, as well as within the classroom with your child, is imperative to a positive and successful first school experience, our ultimate goal. Partnering with you to create safety and connection between home and school is our first and foremost priority. Prior to the start of the school year, you will be invited to sign up for a Get to Know You conference. That will allow you and your child to meet the teacher in a one-on-one setting. At that meeting, it'll allow the teacher to get to know your child and family. You'll get your questions answered from the teacher. You'll be able to see the school and drop off school supplies. Your child's time in 4K is a grade level, just like kindergarten or first grade. The anticipated progression is for your child to spend 1 year in 4-year-old kindergarten, 1 year in 5-year-old kindergarten, 1 year in first grade, and so on. Children enrolled in 4K fall under the OASD's retention policy. This means that we would not hold a child back in 4K and have them repeat unless there was a database reason to do so, and would expect children to progress from 4K directly into kindergarten with their peers. The only requirements for entering 4-year-old kindergarten is that your child be 4 years old on or before September 1st. The only requirement for children entering kindergarten is that they be 5 years old on or before September 1st the following year. The OASD is committed to supporting all students from wherever they are at and building bridges to help them reach end of grade level expectations each year. The 4K to 5K experience in the OASD is a 2-year continuum in which it is common for children to be in significantly different levels of readiness depending on their strengths and development. In fact, children's skills are more diverse between the ages of 4 and 6 than they can be at any other point in development. If you have concerns about your child's readiness to enter 4K or their subsequent entry into kindergarten at age 5 the following year, please connect with the principal of early learning at your earliest convenience. We understand this decision is personal to many families. Discussing your concerns prior to enrollment in the OASD will ensure you have all the information you need to make the most appropriate decision for your child and family specifically. In a nutshell, we hope to see your child entering 4-year-old kindergarten with the same age peers. If, as a family, you choose to send your child to kindergarten when they are 6 years old, we would expect to see them enrolled in 4-year-old kindergarten when they turn 5 years old rather than 4, allowing for 1 full year of 4-year-old kindergarten when they're 5 and 1 full year of 5-year-old kindergarten when they're 6. Our 4K program follows the OASD approved school calendar. This includes inclement weather days, vacations, holidays, and so on. There are a few grade level specific dates listed within the Oshkosh Area School District's calendar we would like to call your attention to prior to the start of the school year. Because we value that personal connection and relationship with each family, we engage in get to know you conferences with each and every one of our families prior to the very first day of school. In order to ensure we have enough time to be successful with these conferences, September 1st, rather than the first day of school, is used to finish up those Get to Know You conferences. From there, your child's first day of school will either be September 2nd or September 3rd. September 2nd and September 3rd will be used to get students acclimated to school in a smaller group. Your child will be assigned to attend on either September 2nd or September 3rd. This will allow them to get a more personalized first day of school experience and become familiar with the routines of the classroom while being supported with safety and connection from our staff. All students will attend 4K together on Friday, September 4th. Your child's assignment of their first day of school being September 2nd or September 3rd will be listed on their placement letter that you receive in July. On December 11th, that is an additional no school day for our level while staff are being trained in early childhood specific concepts. In February, we have progress report conferences with all families, and we have off of school in order to conference with families on Monday, February 15th. Moving forward, you should be on the lookout for registration opening on April 1st. The Oshkosh Area School District will be sending out information to all families about the exact process for doing so, and that is done using Infinite Campus online registration. In order to actually receive a seat in a 4-year-old kindergarten classroom, registration must be completed. After you complete registration, you should be on the lookout for a confirmation letter by the first week in July that will include your child's site, their session, and their teacher's name as far as their placement. Included with this letter will be a welcome letter from the teacher and a school supply list. That school supply list can also be found before that first week in July on the Oshkosh Area School District's website. Each classroom holds Get to Know You conferences prior to the start of the school year, as I've previously shared. These individual meet and greet sessions focus on building a positive relationship with you and your child, preparing you for the first week of school, and answering any questions that you might have. Dates and times for this opportunity will be sent out by early August. It is imperative you register with an email address you use and check frequently. This will be our main mode of communication for registration, placement, and classroom communication. If you still have questions following the viewing of this presentation, feel free to contact the Office of Early Learning at 920-424-1004 or email our Secretary and Registrar, Teresa Damel, at the email address listed on the screen. She is able to answer any questions you might have or get you in connection with someone who can. As the very proud principal of Oshkosh Early Learning, I thank you for taking the time to view this session and taking the first steps in collaborating with the Oshkosh Area School District as an investment in your child's education. We look forward to meeting you and your 4K child next school year.